Here we see a wild shop dog, Henry. A sluggish, well-fed pup who has never fought for its food a day in its life. This domesticated shop dog is stalking its feline prey. Oh, never mind.
Hey, it's Chris here today from Huckabones Equipment. Today's video we're going to be doing an overview of the forgotten child, the middle child of Kubota's zero-turn lineup. It's a ZG227. In this case, it's got the 54-inch deck. Today's video we're going to be doing an overview of the unit itself and then kind of compare it to past and present models and what's kind of changed over the years with it. So stick with us. So when talking about Kubota commercial gas-powered zero-turns, they have two offerings, either the Z200 or Z300 series. And they've been out on the market for close to 20 years, and they have been completely forgotten by Kubota. The retails keep dropping and dropping year after year. But they're still an awesome mower. Especially when you're comparing them against the Z400 or 700, they do have some limitations, but the pluses far outweigh it. Just like for whatever reason, they've just been forgotten either on the dealership level or the national level by Kubota Canada or Kubota Corp nationally. It just you don't see them advertised. There's really no incentive to carry them, but they're there and highly recommend, if not purchasing one, at least looking into purchasing one, as you won't be disappointed. And now let's start pointing out the reasons for that. So starting out front on these ZGs is, you'll see the two front tires. They are smaller than what you're going to see on the Z400 or 700, but the biggest difference you're going to see is they are greasable. You know, there's pluses and minuses to that. The average consumer does not grease their units. That's why Kubota got away from it. But these are commercial units, so that's why they are completely greasable. So whether it's you're greasing your tire or your fork, if you do a proper job and do actually grease it, you're going to get a longer life out of it than a completely sealed unit. So that is a huge plus on them, is a greasable bearing there. So, and moving a little bit further back, whenever you get into it, is the mower decks. Virtually the same. Not much has changed on them in the last 20 years. Kubota will tell you that underneath has changed with the baffles and the blades, but at the end of the day, they're still going to cut grass. What's the biggest difference for these over your Z400s, 700s is it is shaft driven. It's not belt driven, so it's one less belt. And you're really going to notice an improvement in its cutting ability whenever you get into either wet grass or long grass. It's going to power itself right through that and be quite a bit more efficient. And a day like today, whenever it's starting to rain out here, that is a big plus. So we're going to go in and wait for the shower to pass. We're going to talk about the operator station, then move back to talking about the engine there. So now we're back after that short shower there. You'll see everything's kind of wet. So let's jump right into talking about this operator station. So what's nice about it is it's simple. And completely metal. So you'll see the fenders all metal, front all metal. It's strong, it's simple. Unfortunately, it is dated as well. Again, the only thing that's changed over the last number of years is the seat itself. Whenever they updated the lineup 2-3 years ago, they brought out the seat. The other models, whether it be the Z400, 700, 200 series, you know, they changed the seat as well for the ZG and the diesels. Again, it's a basic seat. There is no suspension there. There is no air ride seat. It is basic and simple. One of the other benefits of the operator station is that hydraulic lift. What's the benefit of a hydraulic lift on a unit is it works. You know, whether you're not strong enough or have a hard time reaching the pedal, on some of the other models, it is easy to do on a hydraulic. It's just all the way up. You can adjust your cutting height or just go over that obstacle and away you go. And again, it does have nice access points as well for whenever you're cleaning it out. Make it simple, and that follows along whenever you're on the commercial end of stuff, is you're going to be wanting to grease stuff, clean it out, make sure it's all ready to go for the next day. Again, is it as comfortable as what you're going to see on the Z400s? You know, you'll even see the nice grab handles aren't as ergonomically correct as what you're going to see on the newer ones, but it's there, it's easy, you're going to love it. Like I said, not as comfortable as what the newer ones are, but still there, and it shows in the cost of the unit. So now let's jump back, talk about that big beautiful engine on the back. So whenever we're moving to the back of this zero turn, the best part about it is it has a Kubota gas engine in it. You know, it's made by Kubota for Kubota. And that translates as well to the transmissions under there. It is a Kubota transmission. What this means for the consumer is I can guarantee you the longevity, you know. It's got that Kubota name behind it. Whenever something is made by Kubota for Kubota, you know it's going to be awesome. And on top of that, being a 54-inch deck with 27 horsepower, it's got 5, 6, 7 more horsepower than the other competition in the Kubota lineup, whether it be your 200 series, 400, 700. You know, so lots of power there, and it transfers quite beautifully with it being shaft driven. So, and then on top of that, whenever you got that, as well as this nice cover. Again, so that makes it a lot quieter. You don't have that engine pounding behind you, which is beautiful. Especially, again, this is supposed to be a commercial unit, so lots of hours put on it, which you can do, as it's going to be quite a bit quieter. So, so the big takeaway on here is a Kubota engine by Kubota, as well as your hydrostats being by Kubota as well. So yeah. So a quick comparison between a Z400 and a ZG. Big one to start off with is price-wise. Is a ZG is going to be quite a bit more than a Z400. What it competes against in the Kubota lineup is your Z700s. Z700s are virtually the same as the Z400. That's why we're doing this comparison. So the reason here at Huckabones we recommend a ZG over a Z700 is because you get into that shaft-driven capabilities of being able to cut whenever it's you know, long grass or wet grass. And then after that, whenever you got a Kubota engine on the back instead of a Kawasaki, as well as their hydrostats. And then it's also going to be quieter. Maybe not as much comfort there as a Z700, but again, quite a bit more there overall offerings. And again, it is considered fully commercial by Kubota standards, so everything's greasable. If you enjoy greasing things and do a proper job there, that is available to you for a little bit more longevity. After that, whenever you're comparing it to a Z400, what you'll see is the Z400 is quite a bit more comfortable. You know, bigger tires, front and rear. The operator station, you know, whether it be the grab handles, the seat itself, going to be quite a bit more comfortable than compared to a ZG. So yes, that's kind of a quick overview and comparison on that gas lineup in the Kubota end. So that brings us to the end of today's video. You know, we did a quick overview of the ZG227 as well as kind of the history and comparison of where it fits in on the Kubota lineup. Again, to recap, it is the forgotten child of the Kubota lineup for the zero turns. You know, it hasn't been updated, but it keeps that cost down. But if you did enjoy today's video, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Thank you.